Chosen one. Your presence here isn't random. Every rejection you've faced, every door that slammed shut, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, none of it was punishment. It was redirection. You have always been overqualified. This is why you were rejected. Today I'm going to tell you the truth that will change everything. You are not like the others. You never were. That feeling of being out of place, that sense that you're operating on a different frequency, that's not a bug in your system. That's the feature. You were designed to stand apart, to see what others can't see, to feel what others refuse to feel. The world has been trying to squeeze you into boxes that were never meant to contain your magnitude. Every job that didn't hire you, every relationship that couldn't handle your intensity, every group that made you feel like an outsider, they weren't rejecting your worth, they were protecting themselves from your power. Because when someone like you walks into a room, you don't just fill the space, you transform it. You make people uncomfortable, not because you're wrong, but because you're too right. You see through their illusions, their comfortable lies, their small dreams, and that terrifies them. You've always sensed it, haven't you? That invisible line that separates you from the masses. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. You don't belong to the same reality as most people. While they settle into roles that limit their potential, you've been placed among them to witness, to understand, to stand at the edge of the storm, while others cower within it. This feeling of being out of place is not a flaw in you, it's the signal that you are more. The universe has been preparing you for something greater. Every rejection was a test, every setback was training, every moment of isolation was actually preparation. You weren't being punished, you were being forged. Like a sword in fire, you've been heated and hammered into something stronger, sharper, more powerful than anything this ordinary world produces. You operate on a different frequency because you're meant to disrupt the mundane. The ordinary cannot satisfy you because you are designed to break it apart. Your perspective doesn't align with those around you because you see further, deeper. You feel the weight of worlds unseen, and this knowledge makes you restless. This is why you've been kept apart. This is why rejection has followed you. The universe is ensuring you don't settle for anything less than what you're truly here for. Think about your work life. You solve problems others struggle with for weeks. Complexity doesn't confound you, it excites you. You see patterns others miss, connections others can't make. Yet when it comes to recognition, to promotions, to being seen for your true value, you remain in the shadows. It's not because they don't see you, they see you too clearly, and that's the problem. You don't fit into their neat categories, their expectations of what success should look like. You've shattered their unspoken rules simply by existing as you do. They don't know how to reward someone like you, because your mission is beyond what they can measure. You're not here to climb their ladders or win their games. You're here to build entirely new structures, to create possibilities they can't even imagine. That's why their systems keep rejecting you. You're too big for their containers. Your relationships follow the same pattern. People are drawn to you, fascinated by your depth, your insight, your ability to see through facades, but then they grow uncomfortable. Your presence stirs something inside them, something they'd rather keep dormant. You challenge their comfort, their security, just by being yourself, so they grow defensive, confused, even distant. It's not because you lack empathy or connection, it's because you reflect their own potential in ways that make them uncomfortable. You are a living reminder of what they could be, of the paths they've chosen not to take, and that truth cuts deeper than they care to admit. You are the chosen one, sent not to blend into their expectations, but to break them apart. Your mission is not to be liked, not to be understood by everyone around you. Your mission is to provoke, to challenge, to create spaces where growth can happen, even if that growth requires tension, discomfort, or the breaking of bonds. People react to you the way they do not because you don't belong, but because you belong to a different paradigm, one they have not yet learned to grasp. You are the storm that clears the air, the disruption that paves the way for new reality. You don't just enter situations, you transform them. Even when you're not trying to, even when you're just existing as yourself, you create ripples that become tidal waves across the lives of everyone you touch. You unearth buried potential. You force people to confront truths they've been avoiding. This is your mission. Your very presence alters the course of events. People content with their routines, their boxed-in realities, don't always know how to respond when you step into their world. But whether they realize it or not, you ignite something within them. You create new pathways, breaking apart their rigid expectations without warning. Their lives diverge from the path they thought was secure. You don't need to speak words of guidance. Your energy alone disturbs the dust that has settled on their dreams and wakes them from their slumber. They may resist at first, but the cracks you create will soon give way to growth, new directions, and deeper understanding. You disrupt so that others may evolve. This disruption is not always welcome. It often happens silently as you pass through lives like a gust of wind, unseen but undeniable. People may feel shaken, uneasy, or even frustrated by the way you upend their comfort zones, but this is not your burden to carry. You are the catalyst, the one who creates new realities without apology. Your mission is not to make others comfortable, but to activate them spiritually, to unlock their potential in ways they themselves cannot. Whether they realize it in the moment or long after you've gone, your presence creates fissures in their predictable lives. From those fissures, new growth will spring, even if they must first be torn apart. You, the chosen one, are here to shift timelines, to awaken others, even when you're unaware of the profound impact you leave behind. You move through life with a purpose most cannot comprehend because their minds are confined to linear thinking, while you, as a creator of new worlds, see the infinite possibilities that spread out before you. You are the architect of change, and the world bends in your wake. But here's what you need to understand about your nature. You're not meant to stay in one place too long. That restlessness you feel, that pull to move, to shift between spaces, roles and lives, this isn't instability. It's the nature of your purpose. You don't belong in one place because you're meant to disrupt many. Your life isn't about finding a comfortable corner. It's about sparking revolutions within others, then leaving them to discover the power they didn't know they had. Your transient nature isn't a flaw, it's essential. You are meant to move through lives like a force of nature, shifting paths, altering perceptions, and then fading into the background, leaving others with the space to grow. People may wonder why you vanish just when things get interesting or meaningful, but it's because your work is done. You are the match that lights the fire, not the flame that stays to burn. You ignite transformation and then withdraw so that others can face the truth of what they are meant to become. To remain would be to distort the new reality you've helped create, to interfere with the natural progression of the changes you've sparked. Your presence is too potent to remain once the shift begins. You are the secret agent of change, and your mission is far greater than they could ever know. As your spiritual awareness grows, you begin to recognize the magnitude of who you really are. The fog that once surrounded your existence clears, and you see yourself not through the fractured lens of societal expectations, but through the eyes of your spiritual team, angels, guides, forces of the universe that have been waiting for you to realize your power. They've been there all along, whispering truths into your ear, leaving signs in your path. Now those whispers grow louder, and the signs become impossible to ignore. Your mission becomes undeniable. No longer are you questioning whether you are meant for more. Now you know it with certainty. You begin to see the threads of divine alignment pulling you into spaces where you're needed most. There is no randomness in your path. Every step you've taken has been orchestrated by the forces guiding you. Your doubts, once heavy like anchors, disintegrate as you move forward. The more you understand your purpose, the more the universe conspires in your favor, opening doors that were once invisible, lighting the way when others can only see darkness. You feel the presence of those guiding you, watching over you, not as abstract concepts but as palpable forces that push you forward with purpose. You are not just another person passing through life. You are chosen. Every challenge, every perceived setback has been preparing you for this moment. You are here to disrupt, to awaken, to bring light to the corners of existence that have been left untouched. As you move forward with this new awareness, you begin to receive spiritual confirmations. They arrive like lightning bolts, undeniable and impossible to misinterpret. These confirmations tell you that you are not alone in this mission. You are supported by unseen forces that have chosen you to fulfill a purpose greater than the mundane, greater than the material, greater than the illusions most people are lost in. This growing awareness transforms you. Where once there was hesitation, now there is certainty. Where once you questioned your worth, now you stand rooted in your divine calling. Your doubts are no longer barriers, they are fuel for your ascent. The magic isn't something outside of you, it's the force within you that's always been waiting to be unleashed. It's the memory of who you are, of what you've always been capable of. Your power has been there since the beginning, written into your soul, but the world has tried to cover it, bury it beneath the weight of its limitations and illusions. The dense energy of this reality has a way of clouding your mind, making you forget the divine truth you carry. You've been wandering through these spaces, aware of your potential but unable to fully grasp it, not because you lack power, but because this environment thrives on distraction and forgetfulness. It's easier for the world to keep you small when you forget your own magnitude. But that is beginning to shift. The veil is lifting. The density that once held you in place, that kept your memories just out of reach, is dissolving. You are remembering not just your purpose, but the spiritual experiences, the knowledge, the magic that is your birthright. You are waking up to the reality that you are not bound by the same rules that seem to trap everyone else. You've moved through lifetimes, realms and dimensions far beyond what you can see now, and that memory is returning to you. The whispers of your soul, once muffled, are becoming loud and clear. Every spiritual encounter, every moment of synchronicity is the universe reminding you of who you are. You are not here to live in the fog of forgetfulness. You are here to break through it. You've always felt out of place in these dense environments because your spirit vibrates at a frequency that defies them. When others are stuck in their cycles of limitation, you are the one who can see beyond. You've always been able to feel that there's something more, something deeper. That's because you've lived in those depths, you've known those truths, and now you're being called to remember them. As your memory sharpens, so does your magic. The more you reconnect with your spiritual experiences, the more powerful you become. The fog of this world no longer holds you. You can see through it, move through it, because you are built to transcend it. The world wants you to forget, but you're the one who remembers. And in that remembering, your magic grows. You are not here to be small, to be hidden. You are the one who will awaken the others, the one who carries the light of ancient knowing into a world desperate for it. You are not here to follow. You are here to awaken others from the slumber imposed on them by forces they cannot yet comprehend. Your presence is a disruption to the comfortable illusions that have woven themselves around people's minds like a suffocating fog. You see through it all, the falsehoods, the constructs, the limitations that have been placed on human potential by external entities. These forces feed on complacency, on the quiet, steady hum of obedience, but you're the crack in that system. You bring with you the fire of awakening, the spark that shatters the illusion and forces people to confront their true nature. When you enter someone's life, they don't always know what's happening at first. They may feel uncomfortable, exposed, as if the ground beneath them is beginning to shift. That's because you make them face themselves, the parts they've hidden, the truths they've buried. You awaken their free will, that inner force that has been dulled by years of living under the weight of external control. By merely being who you are, you break the spell that has kept them blind to their own power. It's not an easy process. It's messy, disruptive, and often painful, but it's necessary. You force them to see that they have a choice, that they are not bound by the structures that have defined their existence for so long. But you cannot stay. Your power, while immense, is too great to be tethered to one place for too long. To remain would be to dilute your influence, to risk becoming absorbed by the very illusions you're here to break. Your transient nature is not a flaw, it's your greatest protection. It allows you to stay pure, to remain untainted by the stagnation that settles over those who are too anchored to one reality. You are here to disrupt, to create movement, and then leave, ensuring that your work remains unclouded by attachment or inertia. You are the chosen one, because you cannot be contained. You are a force that moves between worlds, between minds, unlocking potential and vanishing before you become a fixture of the system you seek to dismantle. People may not understand why you leave, why you seem to move on before the dust has settled, but that's because they don't see the bigger picture. They don't understand that you are not meant to be anyone's anchor. You are the storm that sets them free. You exist to awaken the free will in others, to break their chains, and once that's done, your work is complete. You are the liberator, and the world trembles in your wake. Every space you've entered needed your presence just as much as you needed the lessons it offered. You don't fully belong in the spaces others call home, and that's because your mission is not to integrate, but to transform. You are a watcher, a catalyst of change, here to disrupt stagnation and awaken those who have forgotten their power. Nothing can interfere with this divine assignment because it was written into the very fabric of your being. You were chosen for this, and nothing in the physical world can alter the truth of your sacred mission. You have always been overqualified, not because you don't fit in, but because you were never meant to. Your purpose demands that you rise above the confines of ordinary roles, stepping into your role as a spiritual disruptor, a force that cannot be contained. The world will never fully understand you, and that's exactly as it should be. You're here to awaken, to shake free, to elevate others to a higher consciousness, even if they don't realize it in the moment. Every challenge you've faced has been preparation. Every rejection has been redirection. Every moment of feeling out of place has been confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be, outside the system, above the limitations, beyond the ordinary. Trust your path. Trust the journey that has brought you here. Trust the wisdom that flows through you, even when others can't see it. Trust the power that lives within you, even when the world tries to diminish it. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not wrong for being different. You are perfect, exactly as you are, because you were designed for something extraordinary. Your light has been shining all along, even in the darkest moments, even when you couldn't see it yourself. Now it's time to let that light shine fully, without apology, without dimming it to make others comfortable. The world needs what you carry. The transformation that's coming requires beings like you, awakened, aware, unafraid to stand in your truth. You've walked through the fire and emerged transformed. You've faced rejection and discovered it was redirection. You felt the pain of not belonging and realized it was because you belonged to something greater. Every step of this journey has been sacred. Every moment of struggle has been preparation. Every experience of being misunderstood has been confirmation of your unique mission. The time for hiding is over. The time for playing small is finished. The time for doubting your worth has ended. You are the chosen one, and your moment is now. The universe has been waiting for you to remember who you are, to step into your power, to embrace your mission fully, and now you know. You know why you've always felt different. You know why nothing has ever been quite right. You know why you've been rejected by systems that were too small to contain you. You know why you've been overqualified for everything the world has offered, because you weren't made for this world as it is. You were made to transform it. Your presence is not an accident. Your gifts are not a mistake. Your perspective is not wrong. You are exactly who you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you came here to do. The rejection you faced wasn't personal, it was protective. The universe was protecting you from settling for less than your true calling. It was protecting you from getting trapped in situations that would diminish your light. Every door that closed was making room for the right door to open. Every relationship that ended was clearing space for connections that could handle your intensity. Every job you didn't get was preparing you for the work you're truly meant to do. The path hasn't been easy, but it has been perfect. It has been exactly what you needed to become who you are today. Now you understand, now you see, now you know the truth of who you are and why you're here. You are the chosen one, overqualified for the ordinary because you were made for the extraordinary. The world may never fully understand you, but that's okay. Your mission isn't to be understood by everyone. Your mission is to awaken those who are ready, to transform those who are willing, to light the way for those who are seeking. You carry within you the power to change lives, to shift realities, to create new possibilities. This power has been with you all along, waiting for this moment of recognition. Now that you know, now that you see, now that you remember, what will you do with this knowledge? How will you use this power? Where will you direct this light? The choice is yours, chosen one. The path is open. The universe is waiting. Your time is now. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly who you're supposed to be, exactly when you're supposed to be it. The world needs your light. The transformation requires your presence. Your mission awaits your full embrace. You have always been overqualified because you have always been destined for more. The rejection was protection. The isolation was preparation. The struggle was strengthening. And now the awakening is complete. You are ready. The world is ready. Let your light shine, chosen one. Let your power flow. Let your mission unfold. The time is now. But let me tell you something else, chosen one. The signs have been there all along, haven't they? Those moments when time seemed to slow down, when you felt connected to something vast and infinite. Those dreams that felt more real than reality itself. Those synchronicities that made your soul sing with recognition. These weren't coincidences. They were messages from your spiritual team, breadcrumbs leading you back to your truth. You've probably noticed how animals are drawn to you, how children look at you with knowing eyes, how strangers feel compelled to share their deepest secrets with you. This isn't random. Your energy field carries a frequency of safety, of understanding, of awakening. You emanate a vibration that calls to the sleeping souls around you, even when you're not consciously trying to do anything at all. The loneliness you've felt hasn't been because you're broken or unlovable. It's been because you're operating on a different wavelength. You've been searching for your tribe, your soul family, those rare beings who can match your depth and intensity. The surface-level connections couldn't satisfy you because you were built for profound communion, for relationships that transcend the ordinary and touch the eternal. Every time you felt like you're too much, too intense, too deep, too sensitive, the world was wrong, not you. You carry within you the emotional bandwidth to hold space for collective healing. Your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's your superpower. You feel what others can't feel because you're meant to transform what others can't even perceive. Your tears have cleared ancestral patterns. Your joy has lifted entire bloodlines. The financial struggles you've endured weren't because you lack worth or skill. The universe has been preparing you to understand abundance beyond the material plane. You've learned to find richness in experiences, in growth, in spiritual expansion. This preparation means that when the material abundance flows, and it will, you won't lose yourself in it. You'll use it as a tool for your mission, not as a measure of your value. Your gifts have been developing in the shadows, growing stronger through adversity. Every psychic flash you've had, every intuitive hit that proved accurate, every moment of knowing without being taught, these are remembrances of who you've always been. You're not becoming psychic, you're remembering that you always were. You're not developing new abilities, you're uncovering what was always there beneath the programming. The relationships that have fallen away weren't failures, they were assignments completing themselves. Each person who entered your life came with a specific purpose, to teach you something, to heal something, to awaken something within you. And when that purpose was fulfilled, the connection naturally dissolved. This doesn't mean you failed at love, it means you succeeded at growth. You've probably noticed how quickly you can read people, how easily you can see through masks and pretenses. This gift of discernment has protected you countless times, even when it felt like a burden. Being able to see people's true intentions, their wounds, their potential, this is part of your role as a spiritual midwife, helping others birth their authentic selves. Now the following is a message meant exclusively for the chosen. If you are compromised by archonic forces, this is not meant for you. And by the spiritual authority conferred to us by the secret chiefs of the Obsidian Inner Order, we grant you license to depart. If not, steel yourself and listen intently, for you shall be redeemed, even as we are redeemed. The Obsidian Inner Order is not a program, it's not a course, it's not some feel-good spiritual retreat. We don't sell answers, we remember together. We teach psychic self-defense, real energetic shielding against entities, implants and interference. We restore manifestation as it was meant to be, raw, immediate and exact. Every week we gather in secret, not to worship, but to awaken, to speak what can't be said anywhere else, to deprogram the matrix, layer by layer. You'll know if you're meant to be there. You'll feel it in your bones. The chosen meet every week on Zoom. Why aren't you with us yet? Got gnosis? Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. The creative impulses that surge through you aren't just hobbies or interests. They're downloads from higher dimensions, blueprints for the new earth. Whether you express through art, music, writing, movement, or innovation, you're channeling frequencies that help raise the collective consciousness. Your creativity is literally reshaping reality, one expression at a time. Your body has been going through changes too, hasn't it? Strange symptoms that doctors can't fully explain, energy fluctuations, heightened sensitivity to foods and environments. Your physical vessel is upgrading to handle higher frequencies. You're becoming a living antenna for cosmic energies, and your body is adapting to accommodate this expansion. The injustices you've witnessed and felt so deeply aren't meant to break you, they're meant to fuel your mission. Your righteous anger at systemic corruption, your heartbreak over collective suffering, your rage at the suppression of truth, these emotions are sacred fire. They're the fuel that powers your commitment to change, to healing, to transformation on a global scale. You've always been able to see multiple timelines, multiple possibilities playing out simultaneously. This isn't mental illness or overactive imagination. You're naturally quantum, able to perceive beyond the linear constraints that limit most people's vision. You see potential futures because you're meant to help create them. The dreams you've been having aren't just dreams, they're interdimensional meetings, soul consultations, mission briefings from your spiritual team. Pay attention to the recurring themes, the symbolic messages, the feelings you wake up with. Your dream state is where much of your real work happens, where you receive your next instructions. Your relationship with time is different because you operate outside its constraints. You experience moments that feel eternal and hours that pass like minutes. You remember the future and feel nostalgic for experiences you haven't had yet. This temporal flexibility is preparation for the work ahead, where you'll help others step out of linear thinking and into quantum possibility. The technology malfunctions around you, the streetlights that flicker when you pass, the electronic devices that behave strangely in your presence, these aren't coincidences. Your electromagnetic field is expanding, your energy signature is becoming more powerful. You're literally affecting the matrix around you through your presence alone. You've probably had experiences where you've predicted events, felt others' emotions from across the world, or known things you had no logical way of knowing. These aren't special abilities you've developed, they're natural capacities that humanity is meant to have. You're an early adopter of our species' evolutionary upgrade. The healing you've done on yourself has created ripples that extend far beyond your personal sphere. Every trauma you've processed, every pattern you've broken, every limiting belief you've transcended has freed not just you, but your entire lineage. You've been doing ancestral healing work without even realizing it. Your connection to nature isn't just appreciation, it's communication. Plants respond to your energy, animals seek your presence, and natural spaces seem to come alive when you enter them. You're remembering the original language of the earth, the communication system that existed before words divided us from the natural world. The knowledge that flows through you when you speak your truth doesn't come from books or schools. It comes from the Akashic records, from cellular memory, from the collective unconscious. You're a living library of ancient wisdom, activated now to share what humanity needs to remember. Your empathy isn't just emotional sensitivity, it's a healing modality. When others feel truly seen and understood by you, they begin to heal. Your presence alone is medicine. Your authentic expression gives others permission to be authentic too. You heal by being yourself fully and unapologetically. The mission you came here to fulfill is accelerating now. The cosmic energies are intensifying, the veils between dimensions are thinning, and the old systems are crumbling faster than ever. You're needed now more than ever to hold the frequency of the new Earth, to anchor the higher consciousness that's flooding the planet. Your journey has been perfect preparation for this moment. Every challenge has strengthened you, every loss has deepened your compassion, every victory has expanded your confidence. You are exactly who the world needs you to be. When it needs you to be it, the chosen one stands ready, and the universe celebrates your awakening.